Hi, and welcome back to Yoga with Tim. I'm Tim, and we're going to begin today's practice with a little seated meditation. So sit up straight and tall, adjust your shoulders up, back, and down. Keep your heart lifted without pushing forward from your middle. Then with your eyes closed, let's take 3 conscious breaths. Draw your breath in through your nose, down through the back of your palate, and all the way down through your central channel. Feel the lungs fully expand. And let the breath out. 2 more. Full breath in through your nose without straining. And out. 1 more. Then open your eyes and come into child's pose. Feel the stretch across your back. Let your shoulders spread, your back body open. Then come up onto your hands and your knees. With your right hand behind your head, as you exhale, bring your elbow towards your left forearm. Inhale, stretch from your navel up to your heart. Lift your head up in line with your spine. Exhale to twist. Inhale to open up. Exhale to twist. Then slide your right hand behind your left and stretch from the back of your right shoulder down through your hand. As you keep your navel plugged in, grow your spine longer as you're reaching here. Come back up. Left hand behind your head. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift navel, lift heart, lift head up in line with the spine. Exhale to twist. Inhale, lift navel, heart, head. Exhale to twist. And slide the hand behind the right. Then smooth the skin from the back ribs, back of the left shoulder, down into the left hand. As you plug your navel up, stretch your spine longer. Come back onto your hands. Stretch back into your downward dog. So in downward dog, push through your hands, lift through your forearms, and turn your triceps down. Feel the bottoms of the blades broad on your back as you reach back. 1 hand at a time, walk your hands back to your feet. Then at the back of your mat, slide your hands up your shins, make a flat back. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Press to your feet, lead with your thumbs. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, arms to your side. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a flat back. Walk your hands out. Plank pose, push through your hands. Draw energy up from your inner arms up into your shoulders. Feel your middle lift, legs strong. Then set your knees down, keeping your middle and your collarbones broad. Lower slowly towards elbow height. Pause there. Lift back up. Lower down onto your belly and inhale into cobra pose. Exhale, lower your chest and stretch your arms forward. Inhale into cactus pose. Bend your elbows back. Lift your head. Stretch your heart forward as you lift your forearms and your wrists up. Then stretch your arms straight back behind you. Lower your heart. Press back up into plank. Lift from your belly first. Push up. And stretch back into down dog. Now this time, walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into plank. Lower slowly. Lift back up. Lower all the way onto your belly. Stretch your arms forward. Then bend your elbows back into cactus position, reaching your chest bone forward as you reach back to your tail. Stretch the arms back behind you. Lower your heart. Press your knees, lift your belly first, and then push into your hands, and like a stick up your back, come right up, and then stretch back into down dog. So I'm showing with knees down, but some of you guys are more advanced, you've been following the channel longer. Practice those low planks and the push-ups with the knees lifted. Walk your feet forward. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale, sit your hips back. Lift navel, lift arms. Stand and release your arms at your side. Inhale into chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Step back, plank. Lower slowly, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot up by your right thumb. Lower your back knee down. Inhale your arms up, push down through your feet, lift up through your middle as you raise your arms. Exhale, downward dog. Step your left foot up. Drop your back knee. Push down with your knee and your front foot as you lift up your belly, raise your arms. Hands down. Step back. Downward dog. Walk your feet forward. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale into chair pose. Bend your knees, sit back and raise your arms. Stand, mountain pose. Inhale into chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot for warrior one this time. Inhale, come up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot. Inhale into warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot up by your right thumb. Inhale into warrior one. Open up to your side, warrior two. Bring forearm to thigh or hand onto the outside of your foot. Take your left arm all the way over. Reach down into the center of your right heel. Feel your right outer hip engage. And as you reach into the corners of your back foot, stretch through your left arm. Then press into your feet, come back into Vira 2. Place your right hand onto the inside of your foot on the block or on the floor this time. Left arm up. Then slide your left hand behind your back onto your outer hip. Roll your shoulder open as you lift your heart. Press down through your feet. Inhale, come up, reverse warrior. Bring your hands down to the mat and step back into down dog or take a vinyasa. Step your left foot up. Inhale, come up. Good, and from warrior two, come into side angle pose. Forearm to thigh or hand onto the block. Top arm over. Press down into your left heel. Feel your left outer hip engage, pin in and back, and stretch from your left inner leg into your knee. But keep pressing into your back foot. Don't lose the connection of your back outer foot. Press into your feet and come back up. Then place your hand onto the inside of your foot. Wrap your right arm behind your back. Draw your navel and your sternum up away from your pelvis as you stretch into your back foot. Reach into your feet and come back up. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Then straighten your left leg. Turn your left toes in so your feet are parallel. Hands on your hips, roll your shoulders back, inhale. Exhale, tip from your pelvis and fold forward. Hold halfway with a flat back, little bend in the knees. Then set your fingertips down. If you need to use a block to get a flat back, then do that. You can look in a mirror or something. Bend the right knee and stretch from your left inner leg into your left foot. Reaching the heart forward, navel in. Change sides. Bend your left knee. Stretch from your right inner leg into your right foot. Keep your core supporting you, your spine long. Straighten your left leg and then walk your hands over towards your right foot, and maybe you can even take a hold of your right foot with your left hand. Change sides. Come back to center. One last variation. Walk your hands back, let your head drop. Inhale, come into a flat back. Press into your feet, come up to stand. Turn your left leg out and step up to the top of your mat. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find a flat back. Step back into downward dog or take a vinyasa. Step your right foot up for a crescent. Press through your feet, raise your arms up. Then bring your hands to prayer. Lean out over your knee and twist. Take your left elbow to your knee. Press your elbow down as you lift your navel and your heart. Now from here, put your right hand on your hip. Put your left hand a foot in front of your foot onto a block or on the floor. Now keep this right hip on a track with your right ankle as you lean into your foot, slide your back leg up, and raise the leg up. So you can hold here, just working on creating a flat back, keeping the hip balanced over the ankle and stretching your back leg. Or start to add the twist, stretch from your navel up to your heart, roll your chest open, and raise your right arm. In the conscious movement community this week, we were practicing on integrating Uddiyana Bandha in these poses, making sure that we're not dropping in the middle. So if you're watching in the conscious movement community, make sure that you're integrating that action. Then lower your hand and your foot, let your head drop. Flat back, inhale. Step back into down dog or take a vinyasa. Step your left foot up. Crescent lunge, inhale your arms up. Bring hands to prayer and lean out over your knee, twist. Then put your left hand on your hip, keeping your left hip in, your spine supported. Slide your right hand a foot in front of your foot, then lean into your foot, keeping your hip on a track with your ankle, raise your back leg up. So this is really challenging just to hold here, keeping the hip in and keeping the spine long. If that's enough work for you, just hold this. This is what comes first, just trying to get this line from your back ankle to your spine. Once you have that mastered, spin from your right side belly up towards your chest and take your arm up. Then lower your hand and fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Lift your heels up, lower your buttocks towards your heels, navel in as you stretch your arms forward. Then bend your elbows back into your shins, hands down. Scoop up from your belly, lean into your arms, and practice lifting up into Bakasana, crow pose, or you can just practice lifting up onto the toes, practicing the Bakasana actions. And then stretch back into downward facing dog or out of vinyasa. From down dog, let's come into side plank. Set your right knee down, right hand underneath your shoulder. Take your left arm up. Find the back against the wall posture, head back in alignment with the spine, plug your navel in, and then stretch your right leg out behind your left, or just hold there with the knee down. Listen to the soothing sounds of the trash truck as you meditate on your breath. Slowly with control, let's change sides. Lower your left hand, left knee, open up. Find the back against the wall feeling, the middle in, one long line from your back ankle through your spine as you stretch your left leg back. Bring your hand down, hold there, plank pose, and stretch back into dog. Then set the knees down, set your elbows down. Keeping your lower belly soft and back just underneath your navel, let's curl the toes under and lift the knees and the hips up. Keep your ribcage in, shoulder blades broad. Now as you go to raise your left leg up, don't let your belly sink. Keep it pulled up away from the floor. Change legs, raise the right. Keep that belly in, don't let it sink. Set that foot down, walk into plank on your forearms, and hold. Press the forearms down, lift your heart. Don't let your middle sink. Keep the thighs up. And then slowly lower your hips down for Sphinx pose. Then sit into Virasana. So with the knees close together, point the toes back, and you can take as much support. I'm just going to show like a really supported one. If you got a funky knee situation, this might help to take a really tall Virasana. If it's just too much on your knees though, you don't have to. You can sit cross-legged for this part. But we're going to do a little stretch for the shoulders. So take your right hand behind your back and your left arm up. Feel your spine tall, your chest open. Then bend your left elbow, slide the hands towards each other. Bind, or just pretend like you're binding. And then stretch the elbows in opposite directions. Feel your breath helping to open up the sticky bits, all the sticky spots. Release that. And change sides now. So slide your left hand behind your back. Take your right arm up. Bend your right elbow. Reach the elbows in opposite directions, binding or just pretending like you're binding. Puberty, going through puberty again. Breathe through the spine. Let the chest open, tension the shoulder open. Good, then release that and bring your right foot forward with your left knee down. Hold here, or bend your knee, and as you reach down to the top of your knee, catch your foot, stretch from your hip down as you stretch from your navel up into your chest and roll your chest open. So it's not just about how far you could sink. As I'm pushing down, I lift up. And I feel the stretch from my left hip down. I already said that. Then release that, bring your hips back over top of your left knee, and slide your right foot forward. Keeping the toes pointed at first, plantar flex, I want you to reach through the top of your shin down into your toes. And you can come up high enough onto your blocks or up onto your fingers, whatever you have at home, so you can get a flat back. Then slide your heel a couple more inches forward and dorsiflex your foot, pull the toes back towards you. Press down through your knee and through your heel. Plug your right thigh bone back. Stretch from your navel up to your heart. Then stretch back into downward dog or take a vinyasa in between. Step your left foot up. Back knee down. Hold here or bend the back knee and reach back with your hand for your foot. Reach down to your hip and through your thigh, down through your knee. Lift through the front of the pelvis up into your chest, roll your chest open. Release that and bring your hips back over top of your knee. Then slide your front foot forward, reaching down through the top of the foot. Then dorsiflex your foot. And stretch back into downward facing dog. Now in down dog, take your feet wide apart, lift your heels up high, And spin your heels all the way over to the right. Breathe into your left side body as you stretch up and away from your hands. Heels back up, all the way over to the left. Breathe into the stretch in your right side. Reach into your hands as you stretch the hips back. Come back to center, lie on your belly. Inhale into locust pose. Lift your shoulders, head, chest, legs up. Lower your chest down as you bend your knees. And then see if you can reach back and take a hold of your feet. Roll your heart forward, and then start to stretch your legs. Release that. Roll into upward dog. Stretch back to down dog. Raise your right leg up behind you, inhale. Watch out for the ficus triangularis. And then shift into plank, pull your knee up. Slide your right leg up for single leg pigeon. Okay, now we get a big at-risk situation here. The right knee could take the burden of this, and if that's the case, I want you to lie on your back and do ankle to knee, or you can do any other hip opener that we normally practice. But otherwise, as you press down through your right shin, draw the energy up from your pelvis. And if you're feeling a good enough stretch here in your right outer hip, you can just hang out here, or you can start to come forward. You can bring your elbows onto blocks or even onto the ground, depending on how open you are in your hip. And release that. Stretch back into down dog. Raise your left leg, inhale. Exhale the knee to your chest. Bring the leg up. Press down through your shin and through your knee as you lift up through your pelvis. Hold there or start to go deeper. Come back up. Sit over onto your left hip. Swing your right leg around. Wrap your left elbow around your right knee and hug in. But first, let me just see how tall you can sit. So as your sit bones aim down, pull up from the bones behind your ears, right here at the back of your skull, right up over your sit bones. Release. Change the cross of your legs. Good, release that. Then sit with your legs stretched straight out in front of you, Dandasana. Now we're gonna get to the core challenge part. Now that we've opened everything up, we won't have as much pulling from the hips, etc. So with your hands at your sides, sit totally upright, like your back's flat up against the wall, the legs straight. And then see if you can maintain that sensation as you take your arms forward. Jeez. And now without any leaning back, without any sinking, start to raise your arms up. Down through the sit bones. Lift through those bones behind your ears, straight up over your sit bones. Thighs down, middle in, arms strong. Then bring your arms back down. Lean your torso back. Slide your heels towards you. Engage your abdominals, hug in, lift your feet. Without sinking, take your arms forward. Maybe even lift your feet up without sinking back. But you would have been able to do the straight leg one with the arms straight up perfectly if you wanted to do straight legs in this. Then heels down. Lower down slowly halfway. Pause. Hold your abdominals in. Stretch the legs. Come back up into boat pose. And come back into Dandasana. Thighs down, stretch your arms up. Arms forward, and now lean right into boat. Heels down for low boat. Plug your abdominals in. Now this time, hands behind the head. Lower your back down. Bend your knees. Lift up for bridge. Lower your hips down. Take a breath. And lift back up. Engage your glutes. Engage your hammies. Lower your buns down. And we're going to come into final spinal twist now. Just going to scoot forward to avoid the fluffy dog. So for this one, I like to have a block to rest my leg on, but you can feel what works best for you. Push out through your left heel as you hug your right knee in. Then open your right arm out to the side and twist. Take your leg over. Oh yeah, block's where it's at. Now there's two different actions here. The first, you're allowing yourself to lengthen along the floor through the reach of your left foot, through the reach of your skull. Find the axial extension first. And then as the navel softens in, let the energy move from your right outer hip towards your knee. Come back to center and change sides. Hug your left knee in. Push out through your right heel as you hug that knee. Then open your arm out to the side and let your knee go over. Come back to center. Feel super relaxed now. ready for Shavasana. You ready? So stretch your legs out, turn your palms up at your side. Okay. Take a slow, steady breath in. Fill your lungs. Let a third out. Let another third out. Let it all out. Again, slow, steady breath in. Let a third out. Let another third out. Let it all out. And then give every muscle in your body permission to completely let go. This is your time to just relax. And then bend your knees. I think Ollie was having a bad dream. And roll over to your side. Press yourself up to seated. Only if I could be a Zen master like that, just fall asleep whenever, no worries, completely at one. Bring your palms together. Namaste. All right, thank you so much. Hey, I'm just curious, I'd like to take a poll. Interested in our audience, how many people watching the video today have completed, maybe you haven't completed the full 30-day challenge, but at least like the first 14 days. I'd just like to know for how I'm explaining things in the videos, if you've completed or not. So if you've completed the first 14 days, just comment below like, yes, I have, or yeah, something like that. Let me know. And if you haven't, say no. Hey, make sure while you're at it to hit the like button on the video, appreciate that. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're one of those new people who haven't. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.